Podcast. The podcast is activated, bitch.
All right, but I'm just saying, don't knock it.
Listen, they call me to Muhammad. Of course, you fucking mouth.
That is why I hit potholes.
All right, wait.
I had to think about it for a minute. One of the things that grinds me up.
Hell no. Scram, which ain't scram? We just scared there like I'm sorry, like.
We live in fucking Philadelphia.
Like he lost a football game for the team and shit. Like he fumbled at the 4.
He said like Reggie Bucum, like Bucum.
Yeah.
Reggie Bucum.
Welcome to another installment. This is the Reggie Bucum podcast. Please hold your applause, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Please, you're far too kind. I mean, I know I'm not the only one humbled by this, but this is welcome to episode 5 of the Reggie Bucum podcast, man.
No, this is our first pre-recorded podcast.
All right, well, we're gonna do it that way then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna do this is our first pre-recorded episode. While I might talk to Sammy Doggies Jr. over there. If you watched the show before, you know exactly who that is. So welcome. We appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I want to remind everybody to hit that like button. Remember to subscribe, turn notifications on so we drop new content. You'll be the first one to know, like we're doing here today with our first pre-recorded episode, or when we go live on Thursday nights for our live episode. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Remember to follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Reggie Bucum Podcast. And yeah, man. So what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
No much.
No more.
Just sitting there podcasting, that's all.
Pete always got like the bodyguard voice on. Not much. Yeah, keep it moving, bro. Hurry up with your picture.
What?
What?
That was me earlier. Dude, we sitting around waiting for this model. She telling us she 5 minutes away. 10 minutes go by, nothing. 10 minutes go by, nothing.
That's a
long 5 minutes. I was about to pack up and go home, and then she coming, she running up the bridge, this bridge where we were shooting on. I'm like, girl, you better hurry up.
Yeah, I hate that. But I mean, at least she showed up. It's all good. How's y'all Memorial Day weekend going? I mean, I'm supporting the troops out there with my hat today. So, you know what I mean? I know I usually wear the hat anyway, but still.
That's right. You are a veteran.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure, man.
She's a veteran.
This is it's my 10th year out the game, baby. October will be 10 years out the game.
10?
Yeah, October will be 10 years. 10 years out the game, man. You know what? I'm gonna dedicate this episode to my guy Cody Board. We lost him in 2011. He was the only one from our company that died over there in Afghanistan. So I'm gonna dedicate our Memorial Day episode to him, man. Since we're doing it on, today. I know the episode's gonna come out later, but we filming on Memorial Day. So shout out to my boy, man. Rest in peace. He was a couple days from his 19th birthday. That was crazy. It was like, so when he died, you're like, damn, dude, like, we all the same age. Like this shit is real. Yeah, shit like that.
I give you a Don DeMarco, dog, because I ain't got nothing else to give. Pause.
It's shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think this would be appropriate.
Hot nuts.
No.
That just wouldn't be appropriate. What's going on right now?
Nah, man.
Not appropriate.
But yeah, he stepped on the IED. So
damn.
Yeah, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? So, and the whole, like, what people don't understand is, I know hearing back home that people are obviously sad when, you hear people died in Afghanistan or whatever. But when you're there, that shit is eerie. Like the whole ceremony after somebody died, you stand in formation and your leadership gets up there and they start doing like a roll call and they start calling people's names and they'll, call like 2 names, people will respond, and they get to the dead person and they call his name and nobody says nothing and it's just silence. Then they call his name again and it's the same shit. You know what I mean? And then you look up there and they got his boots with his rifle and his helmet, like the whole spiel. You know what I mean? I can't remember if they got his dog tags, but anyway, like it's eerie as fuck, and it's definitely a sad. You got soldiers crying. It's a sad occasion, bro. It's real eerie. It's one of the worst feelings you could feel. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
But yeah, shout out to Cody, man, and all the people that gave their lives for this country, and you know, especially motherfuckers like World War II. That's like, I don't know. I can see myself obviously fighting a war in this day and age because I have, but like Vietnam and World War II and World War One, they didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Afghanistan now, especially if you go into like one of the main hubs like Kandahar or something like that, you fly into Kandahar Air Force Base. They have a boardwalk there, at least when I was there. They have a boardwalk. And on the boardwalk, you got like Nathan's, you got TGI Fridays, I think. And you know what I mean? Obviously, it doesn't taste exactly like home, but you know what I'm saying? They try to give us a whole boardwalk of restaurants and shops and all that stuff. So,
yo, if you my friend, I better not catch you at Nathan's. I better not catch you at Nathan's. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you gonna go to Nathan's and he's standing at the counter. All of a sudden, mop pop up from behind the counter and shit, just straight up.
No, I'm be across the street light.
Oh. As you realize who it is, your eyes get bigger.
Yeah.
He's shaking your head, looking at people with you.
He fly a drone at you like, send the drone up.
She come down right in front of you.
Right in front of you, like, yo, what the?
Your phone start buzzing with pictures of you with the glizzy in your head. Like,
it's the footage from the drone. He like, what the fuck?
You looking at the picture, trying to see where you are based off the picture.
Right.
You
trying to locate the photograph, the source of the photograph.
Right, trying to locate the source, the area source. Like, where was he? He took this. He saw me. I knew I shouldn't have came up here to Nathan's. I should have got my cousin to come up here. Like, I knew it. The whole hood gonna hang us by tonight.
Shit, tonight, like now.
Within the next hour.
Nathan's, on Instagram.
I bet not catch you at Nathan's.
Okay, so let me get this straight. When did this era of, because I remember when Pause came out, because at first it was no homo, right? It was the no homo era. That was like Cameron. I think to me Cameron made that very popular, the no homo era. When did like the Pause era come out? When did that start?
I'll be very honest with you. This nigga right here, Pete, put me on the pause. I would say,
and now he gets paused every 30 seconds.
Listen, I would say
that's 97. It's 97.
98, 97, 98.
97, yeah, because that's the
Wait, he put you on the pause in 97?
Yes.
Yeah, I be trying to tell people that shit is not like something that just popped up.
Bro. And put it this way, the nigga Karan put him on the pause. So there's no telling how long that was going on before it reached us.
Nah, it was just starting because that was when I got that deal in New York. So when I met Karan, they was doing it, and I pulled Karan aside like, yo, what's this pause shit? And then he explained it, and he's like, that's some new shit here in New York. So maybe 5 months, maybe a year before.
Gotcha.
So we gonna say 96, 97.
Yeah.
Pause was created.
Big.
Whoever started saying pause first or whatever. But Pause didn't really get nationwide
till it came back.
Until, did it leave? Or was it
disappeared.
Just not popular?
Nah, it disappeared for a while.
I don't think people was picking it up, Pause.
Yeah, I don't.
Nah, because I was saying Paul when I got the teacher job in 2013, I was saying pause and the kids would be like, yo, what you talking about? And I'm like, that's some New York Philly shit. You don't know nothing about that. And then literally like 4 years later, one of my kids was like, yo, you know that Paul stuff? That's like popular everywhere now. And I was like, yeah, but that's a New York thing.
I've been saying that since '97.
Yeah, but I mean, at least to me, because what happened was too, when I left New York around probably like 6 months before I left New York, we was in the studio one day and Karan basically was like, yo, that shit, like no more of that shit in the studio, because it was getting to the point where you couldn't even talk. And we was in the studio and Karan was like, yo, keep that shit out the studio because it's starting to get really annoying. And I was like, thank God you said it, because this shit was like getting on my nerves. He said,
you had to keep,
yo, but let me explain to you what it was.
What do you mean? What do you mean you left New York?
I'm not going to that session. I'm not going to that session.
You left New York for good, or what do you mean you left?
Because I was living there 4 days out of the week.
Right.
And
oh, so you mean you left when you left that week?
When I left that situation, when I stopped working with that label.
Okay, well, what year was that then?
That was in.
Oh, who the fuck made him a TMZ correspondent? TMZ?
That was in 01.
TMZ. So you said, when was that?
That was 01.
Okay, so 2000. Okay, so for those few years, Pause was real heavy in New York.
Super heavy.
I don't think I heard. I want to say I don't think I heard Pause until.
But we were saying that shit. Like the fellas,
probably
we were
like
saying that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it really got big.
Nah, it didn't get big till way later. But we were saying that shit. Like everybody in our circle was saying that shit way before anybody.
Hey,
oh, guys, see?
I'm gonna say it was like 2000. I'm gonna say it was like 2007 when it became popular. Like 2007.
Well, right around like probably like 2015, a student came up to me and was like, "Yo, that Paul stuff you be saying is coming back."
Cause like I said, everybody was saying no homo because like niggas would be in mad conversations and they'll say something that's suspect and they be like, "Yeah, no homo." But we never, nobody in our squad ever used that phrase. No, I never used it. I mean, but you gotta remember, I'm younger than y'all, so I'm talking about with motherfuckers that was my age.
Yeah.
This was like 2006, 2007 when I'm in high school.
That's
why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Listen.
Why?
Play that audio real quick.
Tell me why.
But listen. So I think a lot of niggas' favorite artists have suspect bars. Like,
every one of them.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one for Jay-Z. I can't think of one like that. But Biggie got that one.
Biggie's is bad though.
Biggie's is real bad. Like even the shit he said about his homie. Like, don't you know my nigga got a fucking kidnap kid?
Yo, I watched the podcast.
But you know what? No, that's not.
Wait. I watched the podcast with Gutter. The nigga that he was talking about.
I watched the Vlad interview with him. He hates that shit.
Yo, yeah, he was like, how did you feel when Big said that? He goes, man, I had to curse Big the fuck out about that shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I was locked up. I had to explain to niggas shit.
Right. He a bald head boy, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm saying that.
I knew what he meant, so I never took it as a pause.
No, I didn't know what he meant. I thought this nigga was raping children and throwing them over bridges. Like,
I knew what he meant, and they did.
That's a dangerous individual.
Right.
What's the movie with LL where they had the bull tied down?
Pause. N2D. That's a dangerous individual.
Yeah,
It's a
dangerous individual.
Yeah.
Just like
love it.
What was boy name on the Godfather of Harlem? What was the boy name on the Godfather of Harlem?
Come on, man, Buster.
Yeah, it was Buster.
That was disgusting. Yeah, that was disgusting.
See, you can guess what BD stands for, your damn self. But that was his name, BD Buster. And he would come in and perform.
It don't stand individuals. It don't stand for deep baritone either.
No. BD Buster.
Oh, BD, my bad. Or what?
BD Buster. But
He said
and
baritone.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, no homo, because Cameron would be. I just hear him on the Sucking the Knot song or the Sucking the Knot instrumental, and he like, yeah, SMD, no homo. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, man,
Yeah.
like, all right, no homo is popular now. Then all of a sudden, pause. I'd say like 2010. Pause became 2008, 2009, 2010. But yeah, you got to definitely watch what you say out here in these streets, man. Cause some of that stuff be coming off crazy, man. You know what I mean? You got to really watch how you say things, man. Pause.
Right.
See, you can't even. So this is definitely a pause podcast. You will be called out.
Sure.
You will be called out for such.
You will be called out on all infractions.
Yes,
all of them.
All frivolous language.
What?
Will be
Chill out,
questioned.
my nigga. I'm gonna buy a whistle now.
We all know, John Morant first got in trouble with having a gun in a strip club. I forgot what city he was in or whatever. He got caught on camera with a gun, and then he went to counseling, everything else, which was a fast ass counseling. But went to Florida, went to counseling. He was suspended for like 8 games or something like that. Came back after the playoffs, and I believe they got put out by the Lakers. But after the playoffs, he had got caught on a friend's Instagram live flashing the gun again, right? So now he's currently suspended. Allegedly, it was put out in the media somewhere. Allegedly, the police had to go to his house and do a welfare check because he was putting posts up that were scaring people or whatever on, I think, Twitter or something like that. Allegedly, let me say that. I don't want to get Tasha Cade out here. For real, shout out to her. I heard she had to file bankruptcy because she got to pay Cardi all that money. Sad.
Do not want to get Tasha Cade.
But and John Morant just signed like a $200 million contract extension with the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a young athlete with a lot of potential. He's a high draft pick, exciting player. Definitely somebody they're going to build around there in Memphis. He has a lot to lose. Everybody was bringing up pictures of LeBron at a gun range, and it was somebody else that took a picture with a gun, a white basketball player. I forgot who it was. It was somebody like irrelevant white basketball player like Chris Keenan or some shit.
Yeah.
But
if I'm not mistaken, that's the one where he's sitting in his home with the 2 big ass rifles in his lap, right?
I believe he had him like this.
If I'm not mistaken, LeBron James was in a controlled environment as well, which was a shooting
shooting range or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He's not dangling a goddamn 22 Derringer.
And the second video, I will say though, he got better. He was in the car like this.
Yeah.
I was happy for him on the second video. I was like, now you're holding
you're
holding the gun pause like a true Chicagoan.
I was happy for him. So a lot of people.
I was like, somebody must have told him. Nigga,
a lot of people are saying,
I'm sorry for putting the gun in the
when you
video.
give a young black athlete, because he's from Dalzell, South Carolina, right? Dalzell is like a small town in South Carolina, probably like 3,000-4,000 people, kind of like everybody type of community. And they're saying, you give this type of player all this money, he's gonna go crazy, you know what I mean, so to speak. He's gonna act out, he's gonna, he's not used to having all this money and attention and fame and stuff, which is cool. I don't think it's an excuse for him to act this way or do this dumb shit. People were saying, well, guns are legal in Tennessee, he should be able to do what he wants, blah blah blah, which is true. He should be. He's a grown man, but it's a way you do things when you represent a certain company. Exactly. You know what I mean? And when you represent the NBA, there are certain things you can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? Ask Paul Pierce. He got fired from ESPN for inviting some ladies over to his house on Instagram Live. So fired or suspended. I can't remember if he's still on there. I don't think so. But anyway, it's certain you can't do things when you work for somebody else, man, and you're doing things that they deem is detrimental to the brand. So
you can't do hood shit. Just say it.
You can't do hood shit.
Can't.
I don't care
Yeah.
if you're white or you know what I mean. Now, if he was out there shooting guns at a target just to be shooting, that's different. But you in the car listening to hip hop music, you already know how they think about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if it would be different if he had like say rock music playing in the background. Maybe what if he's playing Blink 182? You know what I mean? What if he was all the small things you can't, you know what I mean? Maybe it'd be different. You know
I don't think it would, because like you said last time, it's the context.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what if you say it ain't so?
I will not go.
Shout out to Blink 182, man. That was my band, man. But yeah, that was that. I was the biggest Black Travis Barker fan ever. I fucked with Travis Barker, but yeah, it's different. So now, right? What's today's date? April 29th.
His daughter raps now.
Who daughter?
Yeah, his daughter rapping.
Travis Barker.
I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. You look at old girl. They say it's I don't know if y'all remember the rapper Camouflage from Savannah, Georgia. There was a rapper named Camouflage. He got killed. And he was real big in Savannah, Georgia, and all that stuff. Boosie be shouting him out and stuff, all that good stuff. But anyway,
AP, can we change your name?
Change my name to what?
To Alonzo.
Hell no.
Why not?
Alonzo.
Because I have no use for this soundbite.
It was me, Reggie Bucum, Alonzo.
We could make you Alonzo.
Nah, yo, that soundbite is great.
That soundbite is legendary.
It just makes sense, dog.
It was me, Reggie Bucum, Alonzo.
Come on, man.
You can do a video clip and then put Alonzo and a question mark over my face. Like.
Right. That would be dope. But no, you got like the girl at LSU, Flowers J, or whatever her name is. She raps and she's playing at LSU, playing basketball, and she's a pretty good basketball player. So it's like honestly, I think with the way the shit is going, as far as like technology and social media and everything else, you don't have to just be a basketball player anymore. I mean, I know they tried back in the day. You got your Kobe's. Stacks, what's his name? What's the nigga name that was out there with George Floyd? It was George Floyd homeboy in the NBA. What's his name? Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Many. Damian Lillard, who I think is the best NBA rapping motherfucker that ever lived. But you got those guys who who've done it. But I think rapping basketball players are going to get better as the years go on. But it's just so many different things that they're doing right now. Now, if Ja doing this dumb shit, I can imagine what the high school kids are doing, because now you got Mikey Williams losing NIL deals in high school. He's already losing endorsement money because he was involved, or police suspect he was involved in a shooting in his neighborhood in San Diego.
Wow.
So, he reportedly he has committed to the University of Memphis to go play for Penny Hardaway. He committed in November 2022, and he was able to sign. He was able to sign a name, image, and likeness deal with Lace Clips, a company called Lace Clips, for undisclosed amount of money or whatever it was, but it was a multi-year deal. So they were one of the first people to offer up an NIL deal. So since he'd been arrested earlier this month for being involved in a shooting, Lace Clip pretty much cut all ties with him quick. Said, we are not continuing our partnership with Mikey Williams, despite being given a multi-year deal or contract. They said Williams wasn't doing what was needed to fulfill his portion of the agreement. They said he's not someone that will be associated with our brand going forward. Wow. And they just dropped him like that. At the end of the month, his contract will be null and void. So, you keep fucking up. And these people won't drop your ass. Don't give a fuck how good you are, how much promise you have.
Do you think that comes from the student athletes getting treated like royalty before they even do anything? Do you think that's where that comes from, or do you just think that some of them are just that hard-headed? Because I don't know. I think it's an individual thing.
I think it's a part of it. It's also a part of, well, also you might not have the right leadership or type of just people around them. School and coaches can only go so far. You know what I mean? They don't live with them. You still got to go home. I don't know what type of at-home life he has. What type of people he, like I said, he has around him that may encourage him to do the right thing or not, or you know what I mean? Because I seen it. You got some parents that just don't give a fuck what the kids do, and the kids pretty much are raising themselves, and they just stumble on being good at a certain sport. You got some parents who want to be the kid's friend and don't really, you know what I mean, discipline them, and you got some that just are the best parents, and the kid just out here like extra sneaky. And so I don't know what type of at home life. It's a lot that weighs into them getting themselves involved in shit that's going to take them years to get out of. Because like this, depending on how involved in the shooting he is like this could fuck up you. This could stop you from even going to college to play basketball, let alone the NBA.
For real.
I don't give a fuck how good you are. You know what I mean? And just because you're this good right now does not mean you're going to be that good in college or even the pros. Because I've seen a lot of people who were high school phenomenons, and that's the peak of their career. You mean they they go to college and you know what I mean, they get hurt or they just don't pan out to be that type of player. And don't get me wrong, NBA is not end all be all, because you can go overseas and make real good money, make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I just hate to see them fuck up their shit before it even gets started, because that's pretty much what happened. It's like you didn't even get a chance to go play college ball yet.
That's sad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really sad.
It's just fucked up, man. You losing money already. Angel Reese, I believe her endorsement deals in college, I think she's at $1 million now, something like that. So it's like, and for those WNBA players, those endorsement deals are way more important than the NBA players, because they getting $300,000 a year compared to.
She skipped pros just to do the endorsements and shit, right? Because she can make more money in college. Angel Reese. They were saying she's gonna make more money in college doing what she's doing now.
I think she didn't come out this year because of that, and also it was a lot of talent, because you had Leah Boston coming out of USC. I think she would have went high, but while I think she just said, fuck it, I'm gonna stay in college and I can make money while I'm playing here. They like she missing out on billions of dollars.
Right, exactly.
Oh. She making
more anything she can get in education.
Even though the WNBA is growing, but people got to remember the WNBA is only, I'm going to say 23, 25 years old.
Yeah.
So the WNBA is not that old compared to the NBA that's been around since the 60s.
Yeah, that's true.
Really
makes sense.
The players in the NBA in the 60s, they've been around since the 50s with the ABA and all that shit. So it's been around for a little minute. You know what I mean? When the NBA in the 60s, they weren't getting certain treatments. You know what I'm saying? In the 60s and 70s, they weren't getting certain luxuries that NBA players are getting now. They had to fight for those type of things. Oscar Robertson had to fight for free agency. Free agency wasn't around when the NBA was created. Yeah. They had to fight for that. You know what I mean? You had to fight for doctors and just a whole bunch of other shit. So it's like you got to give the WNBA some time. And that's why I hate when women blame that shit on men.
Men,
like, why that shit annoys the fuck out of me. Because if you do your research, you will see men already helping. The WNBA is we created the league for you.
Yeah, it's like Bill Burr says. It's like y'all talking shit about the NBA, and literally your league is subsidized by the NBA. So what the?
I forgot
what are you talking
about that,
bro? He put that, the way he broke that shit down was wild.
You can't get mad at us because we don't support the WNBA. When women don't support the WNBA.
Right, yeah. Bill Burr broke out. Did you see Draymond Green talking about that with that
No.
Dude, you gotta look that up. I think it was on LeBron's pod. They had a chick on there from the WNBA, And dude, he was sitting there. You could see he was like getting mad. Finally, he was like, "Look, man."
He was on the
like,
shop.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he was like, "Look, man, I've been trying to hold my tongue, but I'm gonna go. I just gotta speak on this." And he was like, "That shit pisses me off." And he was like, "Nobody
speak on it.
Nobody's a bigger fan than and supporters of what y'all doing than the NBA."
Mm-hmm.
And he went off, bro. He like fully went off.
Got
the little camera angle reset. I like that, bro. I like this little.
No, I just set up. I'm just sitting there. I'm about to sit back in a few seconds. Don't worry.
But yeah, I just hate to see them ruin their shit before it even gets started. It's
right, because of that ultra feminism bullshit.
Not even that. It's just like
that drives
it. You got to give the WNBA some time, man. You can't expect to have all this money generated to give them all these luxuries and everything else when they're not generating this much money in return.
Bill Burr said that women rather support the Kardashians than
That's
the
true.
WNBA.
You know more about the Kardashians than the WNBA, but then want to bitch about how the WNBA isn't treated fairly. It makes no sense.
You got to see that Bill Burr bit if you haven't seen it.
It makes no sense. I've seen it. I forgot about that, but yeah, that shit is annoying. I agree with him as soon as he said it. Like,
go ahead and chime in, Ma.
Everybody just came down. Yo, yeah, you see what Mott doing? Yo, Mott, what's up, Mott? That's cool.
They about to put a movie on with the surround sound on.
This nigga about to watch Transformers, one of the worst movies to watch with the surround sound.
Right. On our planet.
That shit is
the
funny.
Allspark.
So, but I think. Oh, I seen it was Lisa Leslie. He got pissed at.
Yeah, he didn't light her up.
She said she thinks NBA players should donate to the WNBA.
That's wild. That's wild, bro. That's wild. More than what the NBA is already doing.
Why should I be obligated to donate to your league because y'all don't generate as much money as we do?
Did y'all? And speaking of which, not to change the subject, this is kind of a sidebar, but still the same subject. Y'all see with Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner needs to keep her fucking mouth shut, bro. She need to go sit down somewhere and shut the fuck up. She said in an interview.
Allegedly.
No. She said it. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
She said that it is unfair that women don't get to compete against men in basketball. That it basically is like abuse. The fact that there's two. Bro, if a woman if a WNBA player went into the NBA, bro, she not scoring no points, bro. She gonna get 2 a night, maybe a rebound here and there. That's like when the boy John McEnroe, you know the tennis ball, when he was like, look, you could take the boy that's literally ranked 500 in the country and put him against Serena Williams, and she's going to lose. It was this whole big thing, and then when they asked her about it, she was like, yeah, he's right. Like, I'm not going to be able to hit.
Well, I don't know, because when you say tennis, didn't Billie Jean King win the tennis match against some dude? I don't know. I wasn't around back then.
No, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying,
I understand what you're saying.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean that it's unfair? That's unfair.
Listen, let me say this. Brittany Griner, or how good because I've been watching Brittany Griner highlights since she was in high school. A friend put me on to her. He was like, yo, look at this girl. She's beasting in high school. He's like, and really, he was like, I think that's a dude, right? So that was his whole thing was for showing me or whatever.
That was Ben Simmons in disguise.
Yeah, so I'm watching on YouTube and shit, and I seen Brittany Griner. Watched her when she went to Baylor, I think, or something like that. Watched her at college, watched her in NBA. Brittany Griner is a phenomenal female player, great defender, will send your shit into the front row. But you put Brittany Griner on an NBA court, okay? Let's say, how tall is Brittany Griner? 6'8"?
Don't even matter. She like 6'8".
No, it does matter. It does matter. Like how, because I want to know exactly how tall Brittany Griner is, right? Because once I figure out how tall she is, then I know where on the court like she's going to play, and because I already know she's probably going to be the forward position, the power forward, but I want to know for sure her height. That's all I'm saying.
But she's never had a Joel Embiid approaching the lane while she's standing there.
Understandable.
Bro.
Definitely understandable, and I agree. Brittany Griner is 6'9", 205 pounds. Okay, so as a power forward, you mean to tell me you are going to be banging bodies, right, with the likes of, say, Miles Turner, Al Horford,
not happening.
Bam Adebayo, like you said, centers Joel Embiid, Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Brittany Griner, for as good as she is, will be hurt within the first quarter.
Easily. And that's my thing, is like, yo, stop all this bullshit about
at the end of the day, it's science, bro. It's genetics. Men are men, women are women. Men are naturally stronger than women.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we are different. I understand you want to be treated the same, but everybody can't be treated the same. If me, you, and Mott go out to eat, right? We go grab some food, and Pete get up and be like, yo, I gotta go bathroom. Mott, you want to come with me? I'm gonna look at Pete like that's weird.
Obscenities. You're just gonna shoot obscenities to people.
I'm just saying.
With your drunk, belligerent ass. The fuck out of here.
Listen.
What you say again? What you say again?
You can't leave me.
Yeah, you can't leave me.
You can't leave me. So, I'm gonna look at you like that's weird. But if you went out with two women and one of the girls got to go to the bathroom and asked the other girl to go with her, you'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
It's
like
not a big deal.
I wouldn't bat an eye. Everybody is different. We're different. Man is different from woman is different from man. That's just the way it goes. They want to be treated the same, and in certain aspects, we cannot be treated the same. And sometimes it's beneficial to us, and sometimes it's beneficial to the female.
She want to see how unfair it is. Cool. Put together a team of your best 5 WNBA players.
They will, they make sure they play like they normally would play
hard,
in the NBA.
Yeah. Right.
Don't let them shoot shots, none of that shit.
Yeah, let's see how unfair it really is. Let's test your theory.
Don't come out there playing charity event ball.
Nah, I'm talking about full on dunking and everything.
Right.
It's not happening. In fact, hell, I'll pick the team for you. Maxie and like 4 other boys that suck in NBA pass.
And out of the 5, 2 of the straight girls gonna be taking charges all game, hoping that some dick get put in their mouth. Girl, I heard about Joel, girl. I'm gonna take that charge.
These comments are Mitchell Castro's and Mitchell Castro's alone. Look at my face.
It's gonna be a nigga. It's a nigga somewhere right now in the United States named Mitchell Castro.
Mad.
These fucking subpoenas in the mail. Getting sued and shit. People like, Reggie Bucum, you know the fuck Reggie Bucum.
Give it up for Brittany Griner. You hear this?
It's gonna be Mitchell Castro in Milwaukee somewhere. Do you see her now though? As and don't get me wrong, man. I'm happy she's free. She's back home with her loved ones and she's playing ball again and all that stuff.
Fuck that. Bring that. They should have brought that soldier back.
I just feel like the United States gave up too much stuff in the trade off for her, like the arms dealer. And
you know who brokered that deal for Russia? Howie Roseman brokered that fucking deal.
Howie Roseman.
He fleeced the U.S. like he did.
Adam Schefter was the first to report on that shit.
Right.
Hey man, I'm going to be going out to Russia next week to try to get this girl off.
Fleeced.
I got
Fleeced.
it. I can do it, man.
Nigga said
fleeced. That's how. That's how rich white people say.
That's hilarious, nigga.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
fleeced is like you got gagged.
It's my hilarious whistle.
Yeah, it's just I don't agree with what they gave up for her. But she cut all her hair off, man.
Strong arms. We shall now grant you the whistle of hilarity. Anything you shall find, anything you shall find funny, you shall your whistle.
Yo, Ma, the glitter sound. Ready?
Your whistle. Every time.
When you go to the NBA, Ma, hit that glitter whistle when I tell you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 3-pointer, Joel Embiid. They always play that same.
Yeah.
Pulls up for the 3. It's good.
You gotta wait for the it's good part.
Right. Here we go. Joel steps back, passes it to what's the dude? The beard?
Who the fuck? James Harden. No, just
passes it. Embiid to Harden. Harden pulls up, and it's good.
Well, too bad they're sitting at home right now, folks, while the Celtics are in the playoffs with Miami.
Motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. He's walking.
Jamaica soon?
Look, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, he's walking down the aisle. Look, it's just Gerald. He's serving.
Hot nuts, flying from the peanut man.
This nigga got a
band. Do the harmonies, man.
Pause.
Talking about doing the harmonies.
You gotta get the Haitian dude on the phone. You gotta get the audio for that shit.
For what?
How to Muhammad only for live shit.
You gotta figure out a way to find that. I mean, to put that video up and show people what we talking about one day. But
I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, all right. Well, while he get that together.
Why you get that together?
A lot of people on social media was talking about the dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000.
Oh, that shit's right there.
500,000.
Ha David said he took the dinner and he revealed that he's gotten a lot out of that, like, you know what I mean, a lot of other business deals and stuff like that out of that.
I would have took that 500 and bought a couple rental properties. That's all I need to do. But I'm old, so I'm looking at shit different.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you're right. He's younger than you. But
he already has some money, so
I must have fell asleep watching shorts. Hard-boiled dinosaurs that sit in eggs.
But he said it. He said it on the episode of The Shop, though. I mean, what you say, Mike?
You don't see the screen? I said I must have fell asleep. It says hard-boiled dinosaurs that sit in eggs.
I see that.
Yeah.
You fall asleep scrolling through the fucking joint your phone head.
Plenty of time.
That shit go down a dark rabbit hole online. You know what the fuck? This the video right here. Meech was talking about. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but let me know.
I hope so. I hope so.
On button.
That's my Kodak. I hope so.
I hope so.
Well, he booted himself out. What would he do?
I don't know. So he said on the episode of The Shop, how Davis was talking about how he had lunch with Jay-Z or whatever. He said when Jay-Z sat down, his shirt didn't wrinkle. He was like,
I heard. Yeah,
he was like, "What type of money is that?"
Yeah.
But he was like, they was asked, were they hungry? And Jay was like, "Nah, I'm straight." And he was like, "We were starving." He was like, "But we couldn't be the only ones eating." And Jay just sitting there and not eating nothing. You know what I mean? He's like, "So we left there hungry as shit." But he noted like the meeting was like an hour-long meeting or whatever. But he said it got him other business ventures and stuff like that, and other opportunities. You know what I mean? Just from that meeting. So you never know, that meeting, in the long run, that meeting might be worth, millions.
Millions, yeah.
Instead of 500,000.
No, that but if you a smart nigga, that 500,
yeah,
get you million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
To me, the dinner with Jay-Z or lunch with Jay-Z is for niggas who don't got a plan.
True. And Haha already got money. He got some money too already.
But also, like the relationships that could be, you know what I mean, that could be made from that meeting. You know what I mean? The people you might be able to meet, and that shit might.
I'm a guaranteed type nigga. Like I need to go with the most guaranteed, the most.
Right, you know, you got 500,000 in your pocket right now.
Exactly. I know that 500,000 gonna be guaranteed, tax free, whatever it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, how many times has Haha Davis already been around Jay at parties and stuff? Plenty, because he's posted pictures before.
Yeah, but that's parties and stuff. That's a different party.
What if Solange?
Lunch with somebody is more intimate.
Would you say Solange what?
I said, what if Solange showed up?
Solange?
At the dinner.
I'd be mad as shit.
You know what happened last time? It was in the elevator.
He smacked Jay in the face in the elevator.
Yeah, now the dinner's over. You ain't get no information.
Right.
All right, so okay, listen to this scenario. Oh, take that joint down. Or no, you ain't play yet. Listen to this scenario, right? Say you're a huge Jay-Z fan, right?
Right.
Say you're a huge Jay-Z fan, and the situation happens with Solange and Jay-Z, and you in the elevator, right? What are you doing in that situation? Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm stomping Solange the fuck out. I'm getting
the fuck off the elevator.
I'm trying to get.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
I'm trying to get treated like Tata. That's what I'm telling you.
No, he did the right thing, bro.
He did the right thing. The fuck up.
Nah.
No, he did the right thing. He did the right thing.
I'm not talking about him. I'm saying if you on the elevator with them, no, some real shit. I'm not gonna say I'm beating her, but I'm grabbing her. You know what I'm saying?
Because then you gotta explain why her eye look like fucking the size of Utah now.
Listen, man.
Who's Solange?
This is billions of dollars you're attacking right here, baby girl.
And now she playing the victim, and now you all fucked
in the words of someone off the wire, when you come at the king, you best not miss. I think that was Omar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, indeed.
That was a great line.
Oh, indeed.
You know what I mean? When you step into Jay-Z, sweetheart, you got to expect some repercussions. You can't be hitting on this man and expect you're not going to get hurt your damn self.
True.
No, but them the dangerous kind of women that know that and just still go for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what she at the end of the day, I mean, she don't care. She was on Finesse My Sister shit. All this, nigga, you Sean, nigga. Fuck all this Jay-Z shit. You know what I mean?
Yo.
You married my sister. We can. Okay? We can now. Right.
You ever heard that bit of Bill Burr when he said the girl smacked him and she said she didn't even have the decency to jump back? He was like, she just stood there like,
no.
She ain't even had the decency to like jump back in case she just knew I wasn't gonna hit her.
Fear you, man. Like, yeah, just pow.
Yo, that Bill Burr bit is funny as shit.
That's what I mean by one of them.
He was saying he was like, if it was socially unacceptable to hit me, I would just go in the gyms and smack protein shakes out of weightlifter's hands. Like, get that shit out. He's like, shit.
One time, I'll tell you a story. One time I was dating this girl, right? And she was street crazy. Like
what you mean street crazy?
Word too.
Like she was like street crazy. Like how could I break the street crazy down? Like you familiar with the street? You street crazy to the motherfucker. Like, you gonna fight on you GP? You gonna fight everything? You gonna go everything?
All right, I know she was hood as shit.
Hood as shit.
You could catch her fighting in the middle of the street.
Yeah. I don't know what happened this day. We was down 33rd and like Diamond.
Yeah.
She came downstairs. This smoke lady was talking shit. I don't know if she was talking shit to her mom or talking shit to her. All I know was the smoke lady went like,
what? Wait a minute.
She went down. She got thrown down the steps.
Inside the house or outside the house?
Well, okay, I can break this down even better. Now she asked that question. See, those houses down there on 33rd Street, they had like almost like historically built houses.
Right.
And for some reason, back in them days, you had stout thighs So them steps was steeped in the motherfucker.
Right, because and then some of them.
So when she kicked her down the steps, the steps are so steep. When you went flying from the top, you don't land to the 14th step. Cause they so fucking steep.
You walking all the way up to the 3rd floor.
So it was like boom, boom, and rolled to 7. Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, boom. She got right back up. You know the crackheads don't feel nothing.
You gonna hit them steps about 2-3 times and then hit the ground. I mean, then get to the bottom.
She barreled past me, ran down the steps after her talking shit. Went outside, started beating up on the smoker. I'm breaking the fight up. She looked at me, move, and sucker punched me. Bang! I said, "Where my car keys at?" I got my car keys and got the fuck out of there. I was like, "I'm out of here."
What is it? I was that next.
I got the Hey Arnold, my Hey Arnold fist balled up. She's like, "Bang!" I was like, "Don't do it. Do it."
Your whole life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah, I left. I remember that night, man. She kicked that bitch right down the stairs. She was like, boom. She was like, ah.
Yeah. She told you
like when Charlie Murphy kicked what's the
fuck
name?
out the way.
Yeah. Well, it was like that, but you know how you at the top of the steps, you're like pushing somebody and they like holding that banister.
Yeah.
So
they holding the
they got that. So she was like, "Oh, you want to move?" She just moved back like 2 steps and ran like, "Bah!" She was like, "Ah!" He belted out
like the penguin and shit.
This crack primal crackhead scream. It was like, "Ah!"
Primal.
Primal to the ball.
Yo, the funny word there is primal, bro.
The name of this episode is Primal Crackhead.
Primal Crackhead is the name. Mark this one. I can mark the clip on my side.
Oh my god.
Crackhead is the name of this
Primal
episode.
Crackhead.
But
Primal Crackhead.
When you said that, the shit I started to imagine, like, you know how you could be sitting outside on the steps and you'll hear ran. You be like, "Oh, the cat's fighting over there." Like,
yeah.
You hear that noise that the crackhead made. You be like, "Oh shit, crackhead's fighting down there." Like, what was the noise?
You'll never see crackheads.
Imagine you sitting on the steps.
She's like, "No, get the fuck out."
And all of a sudden you hear, "Make the noise again, Mike."
I gotta do the whole scenario. Not the whole scenario, but the leading up to it. She was like, "Get the fuck out, get the fuck out." She's like, "No." She was pushing her. She was like, like, you know how you getting pushed, but you like holding. She was holding on. She was smoking. She was holding on that fast. She was like, "Oh, you don't want to get out?" 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. Bow. She's like, "Ah!" Her hands were like this.
Yo, imagine you sitting on the steps and you just hear, "Man!" Like all the crackheads fighting down there.
All I saw was that it was nighttime too, and the hall, you know, them houses look like they damn nearly look abandoned.
Oh shit!
That's how old it is. So the hallway had no light in it. It was, was no lighting in that.
Oh my god!
All I saw was this.
You saw her?
I bet you after you left 10. He lost it.
That's all I saw. Now my chair's stuck.
He said, "Now my chair's stuck." This dude is crazy.
Yo, that shit was fun.
You just killed the villain in the movie.
Yo.
That was, bro.
That's like in the movie when the villain just falls into the deep darkness and shit. Like,
remember when a nigga fell into the
she fell like Simba daddy.
Joker fell into the vet. He was like, "Bah!"
Like Mufasa.
I bet you after you left, 10 more crackheads showed up because they heard the call.
I wouldn't.
That's a crackhead call.
Right. A pack of cracks come. Yeah, a pack of cracks show up.
Yeah, it's like shit. You know that movie the World War Z? They just started coming out of everywhere.
You ever see the Into the Fray?
Yo.
Like,
Yeah.
a bunch of motherfuckers, just big ass dire wolves just show up.
He said,
Big ass crackhead show up.
Mine got in the car and left. All of a sudden, it was like doom, 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 doom.
and she just fell into the dark.
All you see is a crack vial in the air.
Yo, crack vial.
Yo,
laugh
listen.
was strong as shit.
When the cracks can call you.
Yo, she disappeared into the dark, and all of a sudden it's like
hilarious.
You
Listen.
think you're scared of the darkness.
I heard a fiend.
I was
Those
bored.
fiends
Yo, I'd
started
have
to
went back in the
scream.
apartment and locked the door.
Yeah, for sure.
If I didn't hear, if you pushed her like that and she fell into the darkness and you didn't hear her hit the ground and nothing, and all of a sudden you heard,
Nah.
I'm back, man. Oh, I'm closing the fucking door.
No, you heard.
I was bored of
I hear
it.
it.
I'm going in the apartment and locking the door, man.
Now, if I heard this,
Oh shit!
I'd have, man, listen.
I'd have been trying to
I'm
arm
already the
myself.
second
She
story.
just crawled out like the girl from The Ring.
Yeah, fuck her.
Oh, I'd have been.
Oh, hell
bro,
no.
Mine would have jumped over that
Bro.
bitch and down the steps.
Yeah, you would.
More than likely, I would have been on some parkour shit.
Or he would have
that
went up to
night,
the third floor and jumped the
bang,
fuck
right across the
out.
wall, land on the
grab a
14th
pipe or
step
something,
again.
swing and shit.
Yep. Something about that 14th step. It landed on that 14th step.
Out of there.
You know, he'd have
Jumped down
ankle.
the last
He'd
7.
have fractured his ankle. Won't notice till he got in the car. He driving off already, and then he noticed his ankle hurt. Like, what the fuck?
That motherfucking angle just dangling and shit. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Trying to hit the gas. What the fuck? The car ain't going nowhere. You just
The
go.
next episode, Mike, you gotta tell the story when y'all got shot at, man. That shit, I know it's a bad story, but that story funny to me.
I tell you right now, bitch.
Go ahead. We got time.
Oh.
We got a couple minutes.
Oh, all right. Hold on, let me tell you right now.
P.
So
This is a few years ago, Pete.
Story
this is a
time.
couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Couple.
It's probably like 5-6 years ago.
So just no build up to the story. I got my camera out that day. Man was like, yeah, come out, man. We doing videos, this, that, and third. I'm going to a show. I'm like, all right, cool. Apparently they was beefing with somebody in the neighborhood or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was the innocent bystander. I was just there to do a video work. So sitting on the steps, everybody laughing, we joking, blah, blah. I look, we're probably like, I gotta give you some more details to this. We're probably about the 7th house from the corner, I wanna say. So I look across the street and I see somebody peer around the corner like, so I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? So the next time he peers out, the nigga was like,
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh shit. So I jumped, I said, oh shit. I jumped off the steps, right? I landed perfectly. I had my camera around my neck, right? I landed perfectly, right? Keep in mind, this time I was way bigger. So I jumped off the steps, secured the landing. Pretty good. I took off the street, football instincts kicked in. Like, ran up the street, right?
Turning to Ernie
My nigga.
Davis.
Yeah. So as soon as I hit the street, I made my cut. Boom. Made my cut. You know how here in Philly, we got big ass trees, right?
Yeah.
And these big ass trees, for some reason, grow these big ass roots underground.
Yeah.
And these big ass trees make the concrete go like this.
Right.
Fuck, yeah.
It'd be like a fucking ramp.
Yeah.
So when I ran, I tripped over that. I felt the whole foot stumping go through my entire body. I fell. Boom. Camera dropped. I dropped my camera. I get back off the floor. I hear more gunshots. I'm running up the street. We turn down the alley. It's like 5 of us. We turn down the alley. It's not an alley. It's like a lot. Like where the house used to be at. We run there. I fall again.
Oh.
I think my legs was dead out of fear or whatever. I fall, but everybody else is just falling like dominoes after I'm falling. Like boom, bang, boom, pow. I get up. Other bull get up, I trip, fall again. He trip, fall. Somebody else trip, make me fall. Like we all just tripping in the alley and shit, running. Gets to the next block, right off the block we were just on. I turned down the fucking the street, and I went behind these little houses, and I sat behind this truck. And this bull that was sitting. I don't remember his name. This bull that was sitting with us. All I remember was he was cross-eyed. So when I'm hiding behind the truck, I'm sitting there like hiding and shit, right? And all I see is his body run up behind the truck. No, matter of fact, he was ahead of me. So he was already behind the truck. So when I ran, I saw the same shit. I said, oh, this is a good place to hide. So I ran over by the truck to hide, not knowing he was dead. When I ran up, he got scared. I guess he got scared because he thought he was caught. He was like, I was like, yo, it's me. He's like, oh shit. He's like,
see his face? Yo, do the face again. Do the face again.
He was like Michael Jackson.
Yo, yeah, when I ran behind the car and shit, he was like, you know how you squat behind the truck and like, I'm like running tall behind to get to behind the truck. He's like squat down, so he's looking at me. He's like, like he was like, oh shit, like you got me and shit. I'm like, no, it's me. So we sit.
Oh shit.
We sit behind the truck for like a minute. He's like, we gotta go. I'm like, go where? Nigga ran off and left me.
Damn.
Said we gotta go.
Nigga said we gotta go. He just ran off. Man, I said they had to catch. Bro, he was already there. I had to catch my breath.
You bullshit, man. He said we can't sit nowhere for long.
He was out of there.
He books out of there. He bookman out of there, right? So I'm sitting there. I get my breath together. I go walk up the street. I see cars. I get paranoid. I start like dipping behind cars and shit because I don't know what the fuck's going on at this point. So I find where the bull was sitting at, where he was shooting at. My car was literally behind him.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, damn, I can't go walk to my car because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm completely oblivious to what's going on. So I walked to my people's house, maybe like 3 blocks over. She was like, what's going on? I was like, yeah, I was just over there, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and third happened. She was like, you got shot? I'm like, no, why? She was like, look at your leg, bro. All the skin on both my knees was gone.
Oh, man.
I dropped my camera, broke my lens, and left 2 pounds of flesh on the concrete back there somewhere.
I left 2 kneecaps on the concrete.
Bro,
that's crazy.
To this day, I still have the scars of where the meat is missing paws on my knee.
Yo,
that's wild.
To this day,
and I still don't know who was shooting.
Hey, I don't know what the fuck was going on to this day, bro. To this day.
Oh, why?
To this day. That's wild.
Bro. Listen, I had like bandages wrapped around my knee, tied with a knot, so you had like a little bows hanging off the side of my knees.
Yeah.
I was going to work. Pus was like dripping down my leg and shit. I couldn't
couldn't get his shit right.
I couldn't bend my knees. Yeah, I couldn't bend my knees or nothing.
Yeah. I remember that.
Because you know the knees scab up.
I remember that shit. Yeah, because
the knees are
when you bend them, it opens the scab.
Right, it cracks up. Right, so it took forever to heal, yo. I kept breaking scab. Ugh. That shit was the worst, bro. The worst. I never forget that night, man.
Shit, thank God you came out of there
Niggas still
alive.
say, oh yeah, well, somebody the other day asked the nigga that I was hanging out with, they was like, yo, what's up with mine? He was like, yeah, he got shot at and got scared and never came back. I said, first of all, nigga, I wasn't scared, first of all. I was like, second of all, nigga, I just needed to know what I was walking into. If I needed to lace up my boots, because they about to shoot a true motherfucker going out for the loot.
That was like what? That was like down, Indiana? Yeah, that was down Indiana.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to give out no particular.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was talking about.
You ain't said nothing, don't get anybody. See what I'm saying?
Incarcerated or exonerated.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shootings they would have to go through.
Trying to get myself exonerated, Your Honor.
But
it might
yeah,
not.
that shit was funny as hell. But
No, that shit was not funny as hell, my nigga.
no, not
That
for you
was
to go
painful
through,
for
but it
months.
was funny.
My nigga, I was walking around with a cane for months.
Yeah,
Wow.
you were you with a cane?
Yeah, my grandma was like, "Take this cane, you need it."
Yo, if your grandma give you a
She gave me a
cane, you know
wooden-
it's bad.
I wish I still had it. She passed away, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It was just happy and now sad.
No, we good.
But
We good. You know me. I'm a jerk. So I'm
on that note, man, we gonna go ahead and end it. Make sure you go back so you can tell what the name of the show is because I already forgot, but it was funny. It was Primal Crackhead. There you go.
Primal
Primal
Crackhead.
But
Crackhead.
yeah, man, it's been another installment of Reggie Bucum podcast. It's our first pre-recorded podcast, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna definitely have more of these, man. We're gonna do them every week, so we don't have a set date yet, but we're gonna do them every week. We will be releasing these, man, and still doing our live ones every Thursday night at 7 p.m. So remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on our socials. Turn your notifications on the YouTube channel so you can tell when we drop new content. Or when we go live like we do on Thursdays, like I said. And we appreciate all the support we've been getting, man. And we just trying to grow the podcast, and we want y'all to be involved. So please jump in the chats. Leave comments on the videos when you watch the live chat. Jump in the live chat. Please jump in the live chat. Give your opinions. But yeah, man. So we gonna get these jigaboos away from y'all, and we gonna see y'all next time, man. We out of here.
Somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh?
It was me, Reggie Bucum, Alonzo.
The podcast is activated, bitch.
All right, but I'm just saying, don't knock it.
Listen, they call me Khatu Muhammad. Of course, you fucking mouth.
That is why I hit potholes.
All right, wait.
I had to think about it for a minute. One of the things that grinds me up.
Hell no. Scream, which ain't scream? We just scared like I'm sorry, like.
We live in fucking Philadelphia.
Like he lost a football game for the team and shit. Like he fumbled at the 4.
You said like Reggie Bucum, like Bucum.
Yeah.
Reggie Bucum.
Yeah.